What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We are currently on John's account, a clanmate of mine. Big shout out to him for letting me jump on his account to do this video, because I was one of those slackers who didn't actually do the fusion on the champion that we're going to showcase today. Before we jump over to talk about that, I just want to let you know, if you enjoy the music you hear in the video, I partner up with Soundstripe, which is a royalty-free music library. So if you're a content creator, a music enthusiast, feel free to check them out. They have an awesome music library. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout by using code Skratch. Now, a week ago, or a few days ago when the patch got released, we kind of had a small change on a bunch of champions, okay? So, rebalance teaser. Huge things coming to Teleria, guys. Huge things. So basically what happened is that Rotos, Skullord, and Bloodgorged got a bit of a buff, okay? Bloodgorge only a bit with his speed, but Rotos and Skullord, they now work on the Scarab King. I know a lot of you guys are struggling with that boss because he is a pretty difficult one. So if you don't have a Vergis to solo it, you don't have a Eurost, you don't want to get stressed out with an entire team to do it, and you might have a Skullord, he's gonna do it without a problem. I'm gonna show you the build on him at the end of the video and everything you guys need to see. But first, let's quickly talk about a couple of things. So we have Vergis that can do it, right? If we go right here, you need to have Destroy gear for Vergis to solo the Scarab King, okay? The Scrap King, that's how I like to call him. And he kind of works differently from what Skullord is doing. He's actually able to sustain himself, while with the Destroy gear, he's breaking down the shield and taking forever to kill the boss. The main idea is you're doing it once and you run away from there most probably. But he's a very interesting champion. Then we got from the Doom Tower, by farming secret rooms, fragments for this badass champion, Eurost. He's kind of like a super tanky champion. He's able to sustain himself, but he kills the boss with poisons, okay? So his passive drops poisons on the target whenever he gets hit. And honestly, he's the #1 champion to farm the Scarab. I'm running him on my account, and it takes me 2 to 3 minutes to farm the hardest floor on hard mode with him, okay? No matter what affinity he is, because he's a void bad boy, so he doesn't care about it. Rotos, he could probably do it with his skill too. He hits pretty hard. It might take you longer to do it with him, and honestly, man, I would not suggest you to build Rotos on regen or whatever set you need to go and do the Scarab King unless he's your last option, okay? He's such a powerful champion for Arena and just such a powerful champion for the Ice Golem and other content. You really don't want to waste Rotos for the Scarab King unless you have no other option out there. You feel me? But he can do it. Now, we're gonna talk about Skullord in today's video, guys. These are kind of like the champions that can solo the Scarab King. I kind of gave you an idea on how to build them. I have video on Vergis already. I have video on Eurost. I have video on Venus. She can do it too. With high HP, she's probably the most needy in terms of stats. You want to have her on regeneration set, and she's just gonna use the A1 on the boss while she's provoked, and she's gonna land tons of poisons, and slowly she's gonna kill the boss in the same way Eurost the Soul Cage does. But the superstar of the show, and that one is var-gall. I haven't personally fused the champion because we needed kind of like 100,000 rare champions from campaign to do it. I found so many runs, I only got 2, and I gave up. I said, you know what, I'm gonna pull the champion one day. But hey, 1 year plus later, I'm here and it's still not happening. He looks like a monster. Like, design-wise, he's such an awesome champion. The stats on him are crazy. 27k HP, 1.3k defense, 107 speed, 90 resistance, 70 accuracy. He might be one of the tankiest champions in the entire game, hands down, okay? I'm not sure what other champion is as tanky as this bad boy. So if you had him, but you didn't really had much use for him out of faction wars or having a shield set on him, well, now is the time to throw him on the Scarab King. And he's just gonna do it with this passive. He's gonna rack the shield. You're gonna see how quickly he takes the shield down. And then War Master procs constantly. Let's jump into a run. I'm gonna show you the build at the end of the video. And we're gonna talk about what sort of stats you should achieve. Now, John right here, he's a busy man. He's only on a floor 50 on hard mode for the Doom Tower at the moment. But trust me, the boss barely scratches Skull Lord, so he's gonna do floor 90 with his hands in the pocket without having any stress, okay? And just because you've seen Tutrandas, I'm not soloing the waves, I'm soloing the boss. For those people that tend to don't understand what solo a boss means, we're not soloing waves because this game takes long enough already. I don't want to spend 20 minutes extra looking at animations how one champion goes a million times to each champion to kill him. Okay, so that's why we have nukers on the side. The boss is Force Affinity on this rotation. Vergis could do it without a problem if you are able to achieve the right stats on a Destroy set on him. He is pretty needy in terms of resistance and speed if you want to do it with Vergis, and it takes quite a while. I think it took me like 12 to 15 minutes when I've done the video with him. Just check out how quick the shield is gonna go down. Look at that. Look at that. 2 hits and it's almost 50% down, man. It's just crazy how quickly that shield goes down. A while ago, before I got Euros, I used to run Cold Heart, I used to run Septimus on Destroy sets. So basically enemy max HP hitters coming in here trying to melt that shield down quick. And I gotta tell you, it was such a painful team to run. It was taking like between 3 to 5 minutes, but with a lot of failures, especially if you were getting resisted on the thermometer. And was just not fun to run a team like that. Soloing it is so much better. Especially when you have a champion like this that comes in here and literally wrecks the boss completely, man. Like, look, he barely loses any HP. And their neutral affinity is not like he's getting weak hits or anything like that. So he's doing it without having any problems at all. I'm actually gonna fast forward from here on, guys. We're gonna see what sort of time we have with him and the turn count, and then we're gonna talk about the build. And we're about to smash this boss, guys. 11 minutes in, and then we have this much HP left. The reason I let some of the video in the background was just to see that the champion, it doesn't get in danger at all. Like, his HP is almost full, so you don't really have to worry about it. 671k damage from him, 1.4 million on the shield, 2.7 on the heal. Pretty crazy. You've seen once he takes down the 50% on decreased enemy max HP, is a bit slower from there on to kill the boss, but he did a pretty awesome job. Now, I'm warning you, put your sunglasses on because you're about to get blinded. So if we're going at the champions, ignore all those +4s that you're seeing there, and we're going straight to this bad boy. What you need on him is to have a blood shield accessory and have him on a regen set. Because he has such crazy base stats, it's pretty easy to keep him alive. It's pretty easy to give him gear and get decent stats on him, okay? So it doesn't matter if you have blue gear or no. This account is super stacked in terms of gear champion, so it doesn't really have much blue gear laying around. So I gave him what I had here, but don't worry, you will be able to do it. You see, I have no banner. And this is the weapon. We have Immortal and Regen. We kind of went with the resistance sort of tree, but I don't really think that we need any resistance there, you know what I mean? I think we have defense gloves, we have a HP chest piece, and we have speed boots. So I haven't went with HP boots just to make him tankier, to keep him alive and or anything like that. The ring, I think, is a defense with triple roll on attack. It's just the main idea to have a blood shield there. Whatever it is, just give him that. That's the amulet, and that's the banner. There is no banner. In total stats, we have 78k HP, 3.7k defense, 226 speed, 377 resistance, 231 accuracy. You can, if you want, give him accuracy and make him land the attack down on the boss. I don't think would be a bad thing if you're struggling with keeping your champion alive, which again, I don't see how would be possible to struggle to keep this monster alive since his base stats are just insane, you know? It's gonna be so easy to get him to 60k HP, 3k defense. Honestly, it's gonna be super easy. And masteries, we have offense and support tree. And I mean super easy for any player that finds hard mode, which is considered endgame, not for somebody who's new to the game. But the one thing you want to take on the masteries is War Master. The rest doesn't really matter. So support tree, offense, I haven't even changed the masteries. We have War Master. That's literally the thing that allows us to kill the boss the way we do it. If no, it's gonna take much longer to kill the boss if we don't have War Master. Probably we're gonna hit the turn limit actually with him hitting that boss. But guys, that was all for this video. Skull var-gall, the superstar of the show. Finally, he has a purpose in his miserable life. Other than just keep a shield set on him and use him for faction wars. I'm glad to see that we can actually use this champion somewhere. So for whoever pulled him, fused him, you have a use for him if you really need him to do the job on the Scarab King. That was all for this video. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.